Welcome back, Ravens fans. This is your host, Alex Vargas. We are back with another sports podcast tonight. You guys seem to like the sports content. I'll keep making the content. Let's get into it. The Baltimore Ravens have decided on a new head coach, a new head honcho, a familiar skin tone, complexion, walks like a Harbaugh, looks like a Harbaugh, not a Harbaugh. Jessie Minter, 42 years old, coached at Notre Dame, won a championship with Michigan, rebuilt the Los Angeles Chargers defense to what would be a good defense to have in fantasy football. Not great, not the best defense. I would stream them. Would I hold the Chargers defense in fantasy? No. Was I in the championship this year? Yes. I did have them at one point and had no clue who Jessie Minter was, to be honest with you. What does it say to have a historic organization like the Baltimore Ravens, who have won 2 Super Bowls in the past 2 decades, to have the MVP in Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP winner? What this says is we have a brand new head coach, 42 years old. If he wins, we are geniuses who got a coach on the cheap, and we're going to give him a shot. We're not going to have to pay him a lot of money. If he loses, well, he helped our defense in a way, and, you know, he's just inexperienced. So in terms of risk management in the media, he's kind of a win-win. In terms of head coach, I'm trying to like it. I'm with you, Ravens fans. I wanted a soul-powered head coach to work with my offense, but we can only, what do I know about anything? As I've been told again and again in these comments, you don't know ball. And I'm like, well, I know people, and I think that Lamar would have wanted a different coach, but you got to look at what was out there. Tomlin really isn't available. There weren't a lot of, he's a divisional coach. I don't think he's going to go to Baltimore. There wasn't a lot of coaches out there, to be honest with you. So we interviewed every coach in the league. I think we interviewed at least all the good available ones, Stefanski, Mike McDaniel. So the Baltimore Ravens did their due diligence in interviewing head coaches, but I think that was more of a strategy play. We knew we weren't going to hire McDaniel. We knew we weren't going to hire Stefanski. Nobody should hire Stefanski. That was a problem. Whoever just hires Stefanski, I feel really, really bad for you. The way he treated Shedeur Sanders was unacceptable. I had numerous clips that I recorded over the season. One of them went viral on TikTok where Stefanski was not supporting his quarterback. Shedeur used to score, and Stefanski would not smile. He would not give anything to that young black man. And whatever you want to call that, call it what you may, but it was not good. Anyway, back to our scheduled programming. Caleb Williams was eliminated from the playoffs. He played a hell of a game. That was the most watched champion. I think it was the most watched playoff divisional round in the history because Chicago was in it. They haven't been in a lot. The Rams have a big fan base ever since they moved to LA. Their fan base has only grown. And I think it had about 45 million viewers tuned in to watch that game. And I thought that was the best game in the entire playoffs. Watching, besides obviously Lamar versus Aaron Rodgers, that wasn't a playoff game. But watching Caleb Williams play reminded me of he's like an artist with the football. And you give him crap because he's got the nails. You got Caleb Williams, you got Josh Allen crying. You got Caleb Williams doing his nails and painting his toes. We're in a different generation. We're just in a different generation. You've got to move on and accept it. I have learned to accept ball for ball, and Caleb Williams is a ball player. Dude, that last play, let's run that clip real quick of Caleb Williams.
Drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone, touchdown! He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again!
Fadeaway jumper all the way into the end zone.
And the Rams are looking for a push-off on Komet down here. As you saw Lake and Durant turn back around to the receivers, to the officials. As Williams was getting hit, put it up for grabs.
Wasn't that insane? Like, did you not see that? He literally was going back, not one, not two, but 3 defenders in his face. And he chucks the ball up. He gives it just enough height, like a fucking rocket. That shit goes up. Boop. Picks it up easy. Thank God Cole Clement was there. Not sure how the defender muffed there, but crazy things happen in the playoffs. They should have won that game. Here's where coaches go wrong, and this is what I loved about Harbaugh. That you kind of are made on these things in the playoffs. If you have a chance to win that game, you go for the 2. You go for the 2. You might never get back there again. So I'm somebody who's going to hit on that hard 6. I'm going for it. I'm not that. To me, that was a soft 6, and you didn't hit. I don't know if that's accurate blackjack terms. I just know I win a lot in blackjack, so I would hit on that. I hit on in blackjack. You hit or you stay. Caleb Williams, they should have hit. He was hot. Everybody was frozen. You had a very defeated Rams team right there. I'm going for 2. If I'm the head coach of the Chicago Bears, I'm saying go for 2. We might never be back here again, and that's personally a coaching mistake in my opinion. I think letting the Rams regroup, it's freezing cold. That's never good for anybody. Even if you have the home field advantage, I don't know if anybody has the home field advantage in the Arctic. So Caleb Williams, much love to you. I think Caleb Williams is what Josh Allen should be. He's more agile. He's more he's faster. He's quicker. I don't know, something about Caleb Williams. He's just more quarterbacky than Josh Allen. You know. I think he just makes better plays. Get Josh Allen with the football. I'm sorry. My mom wanted me to apologize for all this Josh Allen slander. Talk about someone who doesn't know ball. I'm sorry for all the crying. I mean, people cry. I cry all the time. Would I cry as much if you paid me millions and millions of dollars to play the sport I love? Probably not. I'd probably be more like Lamar and be like, I'm going to Turks and Caicos after this. I gave you all my best. See you next season. But Caleb Williams, he's cried before. The media tore him apart. Josh Allen cries. I get hate mail. I have people on here telling me I need to lose weight because Josh Allen cried. I'm like, I don't know how those two coordinate, but I appreciate it. If you can guess my weight, I'll give you a point. I'm a lot denser than I look. But anyway, I think that Caleb Williams is what Josh Allen should be. Caleb Williams is a quarterback that if you made him in a lab, you couldn't ask for a better quarterback. He's tall. He's like 6'4". He's got long legs. He could run like a spider monkey. He could run like a spider. He's got long giraffe legs. You know what I'm saying? He can run fast. And he's got a perfect spin on that ball. Like he had three guys in his face, and he boom, bink. He was able to hit it good, man. So I think Caleb Williams, he's going to be all right. These teams. Let's talk about how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, to play football. For those of you who have never played football, or if you just rode with the team when it was cold, later in the season it gets cold as shit, and especially in the NFL, they're going until February. Speaking of blizzards, we're about to have a damn blizzard this weekend. Stock up, get your generators, But I just think that. In the NBA, like we've talked about, is it easier or is it harder to win an NBA final versus take your team to the Super Bowl? I get it. Winning 7 games, to win the series, you got to be dominant. You got to be consistent. A lot of things have to go right. But you're not going out in the elements where you have a lot of factors that you can't control out there in terms of weather. So playing in this Arctic frost that they got that game, every hit you're hitting the concrete. As soon as you get on the sidelines, your muscles are tensing up. Your muscle fibers are getting real tight. And I just think that to go out there and battle it out like that, I mean, this is freaking World War II at its finest. You got men in the trenches. You got air barrage. You got, misdirection, sabotage play. I love football so much. I don't know why I fight being a sports podcaster, but I do. Anyway, let's stay on topic here. The Ravens hired a new head coach, Jessie Minotaur, whatever the fuck his fucking, what the fuck did we hire Jessie Minotaur for? I wanted a soul-powered coach. But here's the thing. We didn't have any coaches out there. Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti. In Bisciotti, we trust. Cue the music or something. In Bisciotti, we trust. The guy owns 2 private jets. He's doing something right in his life. He's got very high standards. So I trust that he's all right and he's going to take care of us. Do I think that he hired a bit of a fall guy? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think that Jessie Minter is a fall guy. If the season goes awry, I think that we're going to wait for a better coach to come around. That's just my opinion. I'm not afraid to say it. The other sportscasters I watched, and it's not to insult the Baltimore Ravens, but why are your sportscasters so weak? And I'm not any better, but why are they all so like analytical and boring and, you know, just talk with your chest. This Charm City. Like, I want to hear some soul. Like, I think that the good thing about Jessie, I hate his fucking name. I'm going to have to say this. I went from John to Jessie. It's never good when you go from John to Jessie. Coach Jessie. Hold on. For Lamar's first day. What up, Jess? What up, G? Lamar comes in. Here's a point POV. Lamar Jackson comes in to meet his new coach Jessie Minter, who he was probably in the meeting with. Jessie, no, once again, Coach Jess, what's up, man? Coach Jess, Coach Jess, nice to meet you. Here comes. Okay, Jessie's gonna come meet Lamar. Jessie Minter, nice to meet you. Hi, Lamar. Where's Derek? Is he here? I'd like to talk to him. Or, you know, maybe he goes on defense and he really fires him up. I don't know what Jessie Minter is going to talk to with the team. But let's stay positive because I realize I've kind of gone on a negative path here. Let's stay positive. We're going to stay positive. Jessie. Coach Jessie. Coach Jessie. Jessie. I know one other Jessie. Well, I got one Jessie friend. He's a schizophrenic. But other than that, Jessie Minter, listen to me. Come here, buddy. Get the fuck over here. I need you to coach these players. I need you to get the best out of them. I need you to make sure that you're protecting these boys from the media. I need to make sure that you're teaching these men things. I need to make sure that you're pushing our GM and ownership to get you the players you need. The one advantage that Jessie is... The one advantage that Coach Jessie is going to have is his youth. He's young. He studied under 2 great coaches, John and Jim Harbaugh. Great coaches. I love them. Ready to smack the shit out of John Harbaugh when we play the Giants next year. But I do think that we are going to have a good coach on our hands because he is defensive-minded. Baltimore doesn't need a great defense anymore. Lamar will put up 1 billion points. Derrick Henry will put up 1 billion points. You get him on the field more times, you create turnovers, Lamar will dominate games. We'll win by 30 or 40. Just don't let them come back. Like, that's what his defenses were known for. Jessie's defenses, Coach Jessie. Fuck, this is a hard name to say. Tough. Coach Jessie. Coach Jessie's defensive players put up the least amount of yards per scrimmage. They didn't give up a lot of yards or touchdowns, I think was their stat. And I'll have to look it up. Can we pull the stat up? Yeah, there it is. So he didn't give up a lot. But I think where we are in luck here. Where is it? Let me go back here. So we're going to compare Jessie Minter. He's a defensive coach. So when you think defensive coaches, think Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniel, Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin. So championships are run on defenses. You don't win a championship without a defense. You don't get far in the playoffs without your defense. Weather gets cold. You need to make some stops. If you can't do that, if you can't create turnovers for your quarterback, there's no point in having a quarterback. You know, you need to have a defense. So the silver lining here is I think Coach Jessie fits the team right now. Will he fit the team forever? I don't know. Will he be passionate? He looks passionate. He looks young. He looks youthful. And you know, my biggest compliment of the youth, because I am young, it's what you don't know sometimes as a young leader that helps you. It's what you don't know sometimes. It's the confidence of youth. I didn't know that this was going to be a bad choice, but I'm fucking doing it because I'm trusting my gut. I didn't know. I didn't have the experience yet to know what I was doing was wrong, but I got the most out of my players. I didn't know that I shouldn't scream at the ref like that because I got so emotional, but I'm a young head coach. So there is going to be some advantages for a young coach because Lamar, he's closer to Lamar's age than Harbaugh was. Harbaugh was 63 years old. So this guy is 50. This guy's 20 years younger than Coach Harbaugh. So we're going back 2 decades. So he remembers Lamar as a kid. He was a little bit older. Lamar is 28, 29 years old, about to be 30. I think he's about 29, about to be 30 years old. LJ, happy birthday, just passed. So Lamar's about to be 30 years old. So this guy's only 12 years older than Lamar. I like that a lot. I think they'll be able to talk to each other a lot better. I don't know how Coach Jesse's Floridian is, South Floridian, but he'll be fine. Lamar knows ball. He knows ball. They'll be good. And I think with this generation has changed a lot. This generation wants to get rich for nothing. No, cut that out. This generation is focused on different things. They're not going to kill their bodies. They're not going to put everything on the line. There's so many paths to make money now. So they have options. Lamar has options. His players have options. And I think a younger coach understands that. An older coach, he's trying to teach Lamar Jackson lessons left and right. We played that clip last episode with Harbaugh where he lost the locker room completely. He's like, who's going to come over to my house for a pizza party tomorrow? And they're all like, nothing. Like, I'm not going over there, coach. I'm going to be fucking smoking weed and hanging out with my bitches. Like, I ain't fucking going. Or Bible study. They'll be going to Bible study, which some of them do. But yeah, man, I've got a lot of respect for the ownership. So we're going to trust in him. But I do think that this is not a forever coach. I'm sure they said a lot of this when Harbaugh was coach. And I think it was fortunate enough that Harbaugh was able to have a chip on his shoulder. And young Harbaugh was emotional, passionate, everything that old Harbaugh lost. And it's okay. His time in Baltimore ran out, just like Andy Reid's. Let's switch topics here. Same topic. John Harbaugh, congratulations on becoming the head coach of the New York Giants. You have 2 very wonderful and white players with you, Cam Scatterburr and Jackson Dart. You want to talk about a racist fan base? Oh, my God. Jackson Dart's fan base. In college, I made a post about him before I even knew anything about him. He was going to the draft, and I said, I don't like his form. He's got bad form. I was trolling on, Bleacher Report. 20,000 comments calling me the worst names ever. They're something else. So Jackson Dart has a very aggressive fan base. Harbaugh's not going to have long if he disrespects Dart, but I think they'll get along real well. Between Harbaugh, Jackson, Scatterbo, they just look like a match made in heaven. All they're missing is a little slab of mayonnaise on there, maybe a couple pickles, and then you got a mayo sandwich with some Wonder Bread. They'll be fine in New York. That's his tone. I want the best for Harbaugh. I think this should reignite him because I do think that when you get some young players on your team, you get a new generation. Nobody understands Gen Z. Nobody understands what motivates them or what drives them other than Gen Z. So I think getting a coach that's a little bit closer in age will be a good thing for Baltimore. But the New York Giants, you got a good one in Harbaugh, man. He'll build a system for you. He's steady. I think him and Jackson Dart, like you saw with Bo Nix and Sean Payton, you get a quarterback that can go eye to eye with each other. My thing with Lamar and Coach Jessie, will Coach Jessie be able to lay off Lamar, but also give Lamar the support that he needs from his team? Will he chew people out to defend Lamar? Will he protect his quarterback? I think he will. I think that they're going to put a lot of priority in that O-line this year. I think we're going to draft some big O-line stars. Let's do some research on that. Let's do a quick clip of who's available. I don't know. We have, I'm going to read you guys the top 5 O-linemen available in this year's draft. Francis Muyaga, consensus top 5 offensive tackle from the University of Miami, they just got eliminated. Miami. Ooh, Bella Danger was at the game. We had some players at the game, some talented athletes. We had some talented athletes at this game. We had Miami versus who the fuck did they play? Indiana. Ugh. Indiana State. So that was a great game. But we've got Spencer Fano from Utah. Excellent tackle with a rare combination of athleticism and technique. We have a Caden Proctor from Alabama. Big, powerful tackle with huge raw tools and big bare hands to grab you. Jennings Dunker from O-Tackle from Iowa. Caleb Lomu from Utah. Some other standouts were Oliviega Ione, Emmanuel Pregonon, Jake Slaughter as your center from Florida. Jake Slaughter, we know that's a good... Where's that Slaughter boy? I know he's good. Highly rated center. I like him a lot. By the sound of his name. Like my centers like that. Like them like that. All right. But there you have it. I think we'll be getting some O-linemen in the draft. I think that Baltimore, we're not taking a gamble. That's for sure. I think it's pretty clear what we're doing. We're getting Lamar defense so he can win a championship. We're not investing heavily in the future of the team. If he doesn't do well, then it's we gave him a chance. We tried it once. Let's wait till there's better coaches available next year. So, Coach, if you're hearing this, Coach Jessie, no disrespect, but don't fuck this up. But if you do, we will all expect that. So, not a problem. I would love to hear from you guys. Do you think Coach Jessie Minter will be a great coach for Baltimore? I'd like to believe will be true, but I expect those ticket prices to be at an all-time low when the season starts next year, Mr. Bisciotti. That's for sure. So we have a great set of games coming up this weekend. Expect another podcast for the weekend to go over that, but just wanted to jump in with that and shout out to Indiana. If you're an Indiana fan, good job. Don't really like college football or care for it too much, but they've got some great college athletes there. So God bless America. God bless our troops. Thanks for listening. Episode 60, baby.